Hello, everyone. This is Denora Diamond, um, coming to you with Dina Malden. And Dina is from Panama, and she is going to give us just a overview of Panama's culture, diversity, their history, and a lot of different other topics throughout this PowerPoint. So the next voice that you will hear will be Dina, and she will be talking about the history of Panama.
I grew up in an area known as the Panama Canal Zone. This area, that we like to call the zone, was operated and under the control of the United States government. It was like having a U.S. territory located within a sovereign country. While growing up in the zone, I had the unique opportunity to learn about the history of both Panama from a Panamanian perspective and the Panama Canal Zone from a United States citizen perspective. The Panamanians are very patriotic and independent. As a matter of fact, Panama achieved its independence three different times. First, from Spain on November 28, 1821, second, from Colombia on November 3rd, 1903, and finally, from the United States on December 31st, 1999, when the control of the Panama Canal shifted from the United States to the country of Panama. While growing up in the zone, I learned two important things about the history of the Republic of Panama. First, I learned that the United States was involved with Panama before it became a sovereign country. The United States helped build the infrastructure, and as a matter of fact, the railroad that spans the isthmus was built by the United States and is still in operation today. The land divided, the world united, creating a passage from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean without going all the way around the South America. Strategically, this allowed the United States Navy an enhanced response time between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Commercially, this decreased the time and cost associated with shipping goods from the ports on the Atlantic side to the ports on the Pacific side.
Okay, so on our third slide, we're going to talk about the diversity in Panama. And Dina is going to give us a quick overview in relation to what we have on our slide.
In Panama, we have a very diverse population. We have people there from all races, all skin colors, all nationalities, religions. Panama is a very diverse country, mainly because we have a lot of imports and exports passing back and forth through the canal. A lot of people that work on the different countries that transport goods through the canal have actually kind of set up shop in Panama. So they have brought with them their culture, and in Panama, we have learned to embrace all cultures.
Okay, on our fourth slide, we're going to talk about the religion in Panama. And also, we're going to touch on a ritual called the Carnival in Panama.
The most of the people in Panama are Catholic. Anyone that's not Catholic is considered Protestant, and Protestant is typically received in a negative connotation in Panama. So that could be a Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian, Presbyterian. As long as it's not Catholic, it's considered Protestant. We have Carnival in Panama. Carnival is similar to Mardi Gras and New Orleans, and it's a very traditional stance to the Holy Week before Easter. So that is something that's celebrated by everyone in Panama, including the Protestants.
So on our fifth slide, we have the Panamanian education system. Looks like they have the University of Panama and the Catholic University of Santa Maria. And is going to give us a little information about that.
The education system in Panama is very similar to what's in the United States. The um, only difference, really, well, actually, there's two differences. The first is the students are taught English and Spanish in school. And the second is that summer vacation starts around Christmas time. In Panama, we're beside the right below the equator. So we have what you call a rain season and a dry season. Rain season is at its peak during what we would call summer here in the United States. Therefore, school does not let the children out when it's raining day and night.
Next, we're going to talk about the political system, and it looks like they do have a president and a vice president. And Dina, just tell us any other differences that they have in Panama in the political system.
The political system is somewhat different than here in the United States. Here in the United States, the political system is driven by political parties. In Panama, the political system is more driven by what the politicians or what the people, really want. We do have elections, but our elections are every 5 years versus the 4 years in Panama. So in a nutshell, the politics is issue driven rather than political party driven.
So next we will cover the healthcare in Panama and the differences or similarities to the United States.
Panamanian healthcare is kind of similar to the United States. The main difference is we have publicly funded healthcare. That's what we want here in the United States, but I'm not sure if we all have an understanding here in the United States what public healthcare can be. In Panama, the public healthcare, the public hospitals are considered the place that you go to die. You don't really have a choice over your treatment. If you're an elderly person and you have a broken limb, they may or may not decide to rehabilitate you. That's really done at the discretion of the government. And also, you have extremely long wait times for appointments or for emergency room visits. However, we have state-of-the-art private health care, and you do not have to have a referral. You just have to have a means to pay for the services or private insurance.
So each slide is the Panama infrastructure, and that infrastructure is very similar to the United States. They have the public transportation as we do, such as buses, taxis, and trains. They also have wastewater and power generation facilities similar to the United States. So that's pretty much the same. So we're going to move on to our ninth slide, which is the commodities found in Panama, and Dina's just going to give us an overview of those.
The main commodity in Panama is transportation of goods between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Another top commodity is tourism. Some people don't see transportation and tourism as commodities, but those are our primary means of income in Panama. We also sell rum. Ron Cortez is the most popular brand amongst Panamanians, and coffee, Cafe Duran. We also sell clothing and different pharmaceutical products.
Okay, on our 10th slide, we're going to talk about some Panamanian food and the differences or similarities with the United States.
In Panama, seafood is very popular. Ceviche and bacalao are the most popular for the seafood dishes. Ceviche is made from raw fish cured in lemon or lime juice and with onions and cilantro and for seasoning. It's kind of similar to Hawaiian poke, and some people can say it's similar to sushi, but we don't wrap our fish in seaweed. Bacalao is a dried salted cod, which is served during Lent. With Panama being a Catholic country, during the 40 days of Lent, we do not eat any meat, but we do have fish on Fridays. So bacalao is the fish of choice. We also have fried yuca, fried plátanos, empanadas, arroz con pollo, mangoes. Mangoes are grow in most neighborhoods. The popular drinks are, coffee, Café Duran, rum Cortez, and shishame, which is a corn rice drink mixture mixed with cinnamon and is of the same consistency
Okay, on our other slide, we're going to talk about some Panamanian festivals, and Dina is going to give us some more information on those.
in Panama. We celebrate Carnival, which is similar to Mardi Gras in New Orleans. We also celebrate Pollera Day, which the women wear their pollera dresses, which you will be shown on the next slide. And we have a parade in the streets. And we also wear our polleras and have big Christmas parades. Okay, so here's a picture of our pollera. This is more formal pollera that we have. So both me and my daughter have our own, and they're about $1,000 a piece. Those are actually hand-me-downs that we have in the picture. And to be honest, my daughter's really the only one with a pollera because I've kind of gotten a little healthy here in the United States, eating all the good food. But anyways, back to this presentation. During Carnival and other events, we do wear our polleras. The dress is handmade with lots of embroidery. So the green and the red that you see on the dresses is hand embroidery. Our headpieces are made out of beads, and they're pretty heavy to wear. It's between 5 and 7 pounds on the top of your head. It's a very nice outfit to wear, and we proudly wear it every single year when we go and meet with our friends and family in Orlando for the Panama Canal Society reunion.
Okay, on our next slide, we're going to talk about some famous people from Panama, and Dina is going to give you a little bit of information about them. I will, however, say that Mariano Rivera is one of the most famous people that I know because I am a baseball fanatic and I love the New York Yankees, and he was their relief pitcher for 19 years.
And for me, one of the most famous athletes from Panama is Roberto Duran. He is a championship boxer. Also, we have Ruben Blades, which is a famous musician. Anyone that listens to salsa music may have heard his name. Rachel Reeves Smith, she was Miss USA 2007. She is kind of like me. She's part Panamanian and part U.S. citizen. And also Bruce Chen, who used to be a Atlanta Braves pitcher.